So I guess we'll check the buoy, and maybe that might give me a plus in any more questions we have for her, too, or give me more questions to ask. Part of me wants to get the full story. Part of me does not want to further harangue this poor woman. So she mentioned the reeds. That's a no-go. You got anything new going on?
Aye, the sea's gonna calm down soon. I can feel it. The wind is turning southeast. What's on your...
Seeing you. I wonder if there's any other art of Lillian out there, because she seems cool. Alright, so reads. I was just adding that to the done thing. We did a lot. Yeah, if nothing else, I'm saving the last day for Friday. I don't even know if we'll get through the last 7 or 8 hours of this day tonight, but we shouldn't, because I should probably go to bed before I gotta go to work in the morning, but, well, midday. It's not that bad, but still. And we can do the residue checks. I still haven't figured out the figurines thing. I didn't see an altar in the church. Oh.
You see that seagull up there? Remind you of anybody?
Kim?
What? Kim? No, it's you. You and the seagull are just alike.
Why am I like a seagull?
Think about the seagull's story. It's one of endurance and adaptation. The seaside was paradise once. They were birds of that paradise.
Are you implying I just steal French fries?
Then their paradise became shit city. And what did they do? They became urban survivors, eating burgers out of trash cans, killing and eating pigeons.
Damn.
No time for that sentimental bullshit. They're hustlers, getting shit done. They're one pair of track pants away from gangsters, just like you.
Fucking right. Whatever it takes to survive. I am the seagull.
Steal hot dogs, shit in the sand, whatever it takes to keep going.
I feel like I'll refrain from any of that, but thank you. I don't think I've seen a buoy. Anywhere in particular, but... we will check nonetheless. We gotta check the boardwalk for, gunfire traces too, so... yo, fuck that door. That's one of the traps.
Is there something here that would indicate a sniper used this place as a nest for taking the shot? Just some urban detritus, a bottle, and a dilapidated old comms tower. The wind picks up. Fine sea foam lashes your face. It feels like needles. You can take it. Just raise your collar, detective. In the distance, you can hear the breakers roar.
I don't see it, Lieutenant W. Freighter. I don't see a person take a shot here and hit something there.
Alright.
In
Maybe the campfire was used by the perpetrator?
To warm his hands before pulling the trigger? Perhaps. But anyone could have made this. The coast is specked with fires this time of year.
He looks around.
Truthfully, this seems like a very poor choice to take a 1.2 kilometer rifle shot from. Visibility is awful. There's water vapor everywhere. I think we can rule out... Biddable Prime, was it?
Maybe the assailant climbed the comms tower, took the shot there.
It's not possible to climb that ladder. And even if it were, why? There's no platform up there to aim from.
That's fair.
He looks like he's cold out here at the tip of the coast. The jacket is warm, but not for this weather.
Kim, you look cold. Maybe a thicker coat?
I'm okay. You, on the other hand, Yefreitor, you look like you're about to turn into a popsicle.
Technically speaking, that would be a...
Copsicle. You meant to say copsicle.
No, I did not. We Seolites don't do paronomastic humor.
Okay. What about the cigarette butts?
Those? A smoking assailant who favors Tumutiri to Astra or Joanne? Cigarette butts are everywhere. This is a common brand for all men.
Alright, look over the water to the whirling in rags.
1.2 kilometers over the cold water of the bay, blue from the distance and the air. You see the smallest rectangle, barely visible. A glowing light on the third floor of the whirling in rags. With binoculars, you would see a young woman's shape move behind the glass, her limbs long and slender, smoking, drinking, being happy and elated, without you. Because you're here, freezing in the wind, aren't you? Doing your detective work.
Please don't be so horned for the victim, my man. It's unbecoming. Alright, anywhere more over here? We've got an ad coming up. I'm going to see if I can't find the spot, at least. Check one more. Yeah, the thought came up before we were all the way up by the tower, so let me just check a little bit closer here. I don't think we can even wiggle over that way. Check over here? No. Okay. Alright. Ad break. I'm going to run down the coast a little bit. But if any thoughts pop up, I'll stop and we'll hit that after the ad. Alright, I did find one Arno Van Eyck poster, but I like done a lap around the Feld building here and nothing. This is the old Feld building. Oh, that's probably the buoy. Let's check it out. I don't know why I got my flashlight out. But maybe we'd find another secret passage under the one building.
A metal and plastic contraption bobs up and down amidst the trembling reeds. At first, it just looks like trash. But if you look closer...
That's clever.
Over there. Must be the boy class you told us about. The one she hid her passport in. We should take a look.
Ooh, hidden things, secrets, lies.
Pick up the buoy?
Lift the boy out of the water without much effort. It's not tied to anything. The cords dangling from the bottom appear to have been cut.
Okay. Does he have a plastic ball?
11 has been written on the yellow plastic. It hasn't been in the water for very long, but it's already discolored and slimy with silt. A latch holds it close, but only just barely. The brittle metal of the latch has cracked.
Did somebody get to this before us?
Simple construction. Very unsafe.
Shake the buoy.
There's something in there, splashing around.
Sniff the buoy.
It smells like you would expect it to smell. A concentrated version of the coast. Salt, industrial slop, and decay.
There.
The water this side of the peninsula is cleaner. Actually, smells a little salty.
Thank you, perception.
Glasses worth of seawater pours out. Some algae, and nothing else.
Well, damn.
Alright. We're lucky it's still here. A little longer, it would have floated away.
We still got here too late. There's nothing of use here anymore.
No documents. Who do you think took them?
I have no idea.
Alright. This is a minor quirk. We know what was in the buoy anyway.
I think we do. This is a small loose end, either way. Not important, I hope.
Could this be related to the cryptozoologists and their little
In
expedition?
my experience, cryptids are generally uninterested in travel documentation.
He sighs.
We should go.
You could ask the miss what she thinks. Later, if you have the time. Though you doubt she'll tell you much at this point.
It's worth a Worth a look. Okay, so we found the buoy. We need to check this boardwalk since the other one was a no-go. And also this lets me skim the area for more Van Eyck posters. Like we found the one on the other building, but... I got nothing from the boardwalk where we found the dead guy, so... I figure it's gotta be this one? That we need to check anyway? Alright, nothing going on here. And which boardwalk? This is just the visual calculus thing again.
Shades facing the crumbling.
Yeah, we did this already.
With another 7 shades standing 10 meters from them. A cold...
This thing approach it from the other side, or I just missed the spot up on the other boardwalk. I don't think we can get up around that gate. Yeah, that's a no-go. Alright, I'll try the building one again. Maybe I missed something. That's not the hill in. And I went to the fish market already, so it wasn't there. I thought I... Wait, did something pop here? Or, okay, I just saw that lamp. Also, if it was that hour at night, like, this section, the police would have, yeah, the pigs would have interrupted him anyway. Him or her. I don't know why I'm presuming the shooter's a male.
There's some tear. 2 and... No, there's more in there.
A tragedy.
He shakes his head. Whoever, Red Astra, is the black mark. You see, Trey, it's no older. It's hard to concentrate.
Alright, so it's definitely not this section. The hell else on the boardwalk you want me to check? It's already almost 4:30. In-game. It's almost 4 o'clock a.m. out-of-game. Got any further questions for these two? Probably not.
Hello again. Sure. What's on your mind? But of course. What else?
Yeah, I can't get to that part that I know of. So we can take a look from below. I might take a second and just look up which part of the boardwalk we're supposed to go to. What's this called? Determine where the shot came from. Alright. Okay, we tried that. I also don't know which island. This guy skips a step or two, so. Which is motherfuckers where to look. I hope. Wiki doesn't help. Well, we didn't shake down Titus for Ruby's location, so I guess that's our only other option. Probably should check that first, because if there's anywhere for somebody to hide, because we know she's in hiding, it would be on this side of town. So, fair play. Probably should have done that first. At least we can return with the buoy stuff. And work from there. At least we get to wear this jacket again. It's been a while. Alright, let's talk with Titus. Hopefully we don't need authority, because this jacket takes away from that.
It's you again. What is it?
Oh, he's warming up to us. Okay, I talked to Claudia, now I need to talk to Ruby.
Why?
Okay. Laudanum, no. I'm gonna level to you. She's the next link in the chain that leads me to the Lely's killer.
Sounds like you're making her a suspect in this. Not on my watch, you're not. Ruby's one of us. We're not gonna throw her under your moral intern steamroller. Fuck that shit.
And fuck you too, moral
Alright. Great. He throws a glance at Titus as the last syllable leaves his lips. The big guy's size.
Is missing. If you hide from the police in a murder investigation, you become a suspect. You know how it works, guys.
That's nothing. That's just legalese. You don't even have a sound theory. I don't want to be rude.
I think this is gonna be a dead end then.
Trying to get some R&R here. Think you could fuck off now?
I think we'll keep sticking around, Titus. You'll be surprised at how quickly a theory presents itself if you keep looking.
A
I was
sudden
gonna say, if I get fucked on that one, I'm gonna be mad too.
The hostel cafeteria is lit by its airy blaze. Floor plans, bullet trajectories, webs of human emotion, all channeled into a single thought.
Why are you so sure Ruby didn't off him?
Because she was here all night with us.
Okay.
He's cobbling together shit so he can put her away. It's Cop 101.
She was here all night? 11:30 to 12:15? She was here during all that time?
Yeah, with us, drinking, near the stage there.
She didn't go to the toilet?
No.
That's a lie.
In the whole 45-minute window, she was with you the whole time.
All right. She took a fucking leak, okay? For one moment. Maybe went out, too. She has a complex operation to run from her lorry.
Oh?
She's a busy girl. Always has been.
This complex operation is probably something illegal.
That's fine
Just
at
because
this
she was
point.
gone for 5 minutes doesn't mean she magically got to the roof and shot the merc. I've been through this. It's not plausible.
He's been through it. That means he suspected her too.
Okay.
All right, we're in. We got Ruby unaccounted for sometime during the window. This was crucial. Now let's place her on that roof.
There is a secret route in the kitchen that leads straight to the roof.
Oh.
Through what looks like an abandoned pinball workshop.
People say there was a pinball arcade here. Sometime before the hostel. What was it called, Theo?
East Delta Pinball Arcade. Weird place. Went bankrupt.
I want to know what makes a pinball arcade weird, but okay.
Okay, but how'd you get up? There's no room for a staircase in this building. Or an elevator, for that matter.
Very tiny elevator.
It's outside the building.
Ah.
It's an old dumbwaiter used for moving pinball machines up and down from the workshop.
Good one, Kim.
Thank you.
The lieutenant is glad he got the floor plan right there.
From there, a door leads straight to the roof. You can just step outside.
Could have gone up, shot him, come down. All under 7 minutes.
This is going back to the roof theory, though, which I thought we were
That's quite the...
investigating against.
We need to have a look at that secret passage, boys.
I'm on it, boss. Right when the law clears, me and Angus are going up there.
It's a dumbwaiter, not an industrial lift. How about I go instead of...
Just now. You got something else to back this route up? Or is that it?
All right. Have you noticed the winch out back or on the outer wall of the whirling?
I've seen the winch. I'm not blind. You saying it's part of the elevator she used to get up there?
That's right.
That's wall mystery down then. An architectural mystery. Doesn't much concern Ruby, does it?
There were pinball machines in the workshop, still operational. He's going to tell me why you...
What the fuck does that got to do with Ruby?
Just making an observation. Let's move on.
Makes a gruff gesture for you to continue.
Okay. I also found footprints upstairs in the old workshop.
Footprints. Recent.
He looks tough.
I like that he's on board now, kinda.
Green eye. This is all too close to home for him.
Okay.
The tracks were recent, but not worn down in the right foot like Ruby's. It's best to omit this.
Yeah, like the mystery things we saw.
Too confusing.
But they didn't fit with any of yours at the scene, Ruby included.
Goes against your little theory, doesn't it? Then again, I've known few people in my life who own more than one pair of boots.
At least he's being reasonable.
Do change them. Good news is, I'm still listening.
Alright. Guess what? Remember that key I found here?
I don't like guessing, Cole. No one does.
Yeah.
Opens the steel door in the kitchen, the one that leads upstairs to the roof. This key was right here, with you, all the time.
You didn't find it, but Ruby did. That's how she got up there.
Jump into conclusions, Theo. You took that key. Did it look like it was recently put there?
No, the ribbon was old. Faded. It had been there for 20 years at least.
Fair enough. Yeah, maybe I was jumping to conclusions.
Not maybe. You were. Both of you. I've done it myself. Gone and piled every thread I find onto one theory.
This guy is...
Work like that.
Why? I can see why he is at least co-running the Hardy Boys now.
The key here is a strange coincidence, and he knows it.
Alright. And we firmly established Ruby could have had access to the roof where the man was shot.
Firmly doesn't go well with could've. There's a route to the roof. Me and the boys need to check it out. That's what we've established.
Okay.
But a route does not put that bullet in his head. A gun does that, and Ruby doesn't carry one.
Okay.
Phase 2, murder weapon. Get a gun in her hand. If not that, then at least a shadow of a doubt. In the shape of a gun.
We found a gun.
Don't contradict yourself. If it doesn't sound like Ruby did it, maybe keep it to yourself. But what if you miss interesting information that way? The choice is ultimately yours. But...
Alright. Huh. I've analyzed the bullet that killed him. It was jacketed.
So it had to come from a breech-loading rifle. Military grade. Not even you militia monkeys have those.
Correct.
This goes against your short-range theory. If the murder weapon was military grade, how did Ruby get it?
Just because I'm just being real front with what I know.
That's mighty forthcoming of you. So, let me extend you the same courtesy. She's connected to you know what?
Organized crime. Down in Jamrock, probably. He's not being too forthcoming. This is not a surprise.
Fair enough.
So she may have access to semi-automatics, but that's a long fucking stretch of the imagination.
Alright, there's a small 28% chance that the shot came from beyond the roof.
Now, what the hell are we supposed to do with that?
That still leaves a 70% chance that it did.
He's trying to woo us with cop science. Forensic shit. I heard this mambo jumbo.
There are a fair amount of elements of forensics that are kind of bullshitty.
But
yeah.
the mambo jambo he's saying goes against his theory A.
It does?
Yes.
He pinches the root of his
Just
nose.
making sure we are on the same page. It doesn't all fit. We are just sharing info, candidly.
Alright, show them the antique rifle. There are weapons like this just lying around in Marnay's.
That looks antique. A Belle McGrave. It's inoperable. Where'd you get it?
There's a cellar under the bookshop. It was hidden there. With others just like it.
20, maybe 30 rifles, Titus. Also broken, but still, there were too many. And there must be other caches too.
God damn it. We need to close that dump down for good.
Okay.
That's a goddamn breech loader, too. Find one that works, and you got a military-grade weapon that shoots jacketed ammunition.
Shakes his head.
He sees it. This is coming together. He must. Time to really close the deal. Show them the bullet.
Alright. This is the bullet that did it. 4.46 millimeter. The Belle McGraw uses the same caliber.
The blonde man looks at the mushroomed Deathbringer in the evidence bag and says,
Yeah, the bitch is jacketed all right. 4 millimeter too.
Whoa. Oh, they said he was a gun guy, yeah.
Well, goddamn. It's not proof, but it's a possible murder weapon. Close to her. Too damn close. You have been thorough. I'll give you that.
Alright. I didn't say I proved she had the murder weapon, just that we need to find her.
All right. Keep talking. I'm getting a bit curious about some things myself.
Alright.
We're not seriously considering it, are we? Ruby wouldn't do this. Why would she do something like this?
Phase 3. Motive. The last component.
Alright. It's not why did she kill him, it's why did she organize the cover-up.
And I suppose you have a theory on that.
She could have been just been covering up for herself, Titus.
Think about it. Why go through all that effort? It was her idea, wasn't it? The hanging. You went along, but she suggested it.
She had, like, a fully formed plan and shit. Right when she came back downstairs.
Really, Shanks? Claudia wanted to talk to another girl, that's all. She was just the first one up there. I could have come up with that plan if I'd have been first.
Time
Not wrong.
for a logics demonstration.
Okay. Eugene, let's assume you killed him. Actually, Shaggy, let's assume you killed him.
I didn't do it, fucker. It wasn't my plan.
You probably did, though.
It's just a thought experiment. Think, Shanky. You killed him. You got up there, shot him, cut down.
Would you prefer to go on trial with your buddies, or as part of a lynch mob, or alone for committing murder?
Fuck you, man. I would never fuck my guys over like that.
He squeaks with indignation.
She didn't either. She would never do that. Why aren't more of you defending her? This is fucking stupid, Titus.
Glenn, I thought the same thing when she skipped town and left us in this shit.
All right.
Oh, so he didn't rule her out completely. And she skipped town. This is good.
Titus, you gotta see it. Things don't add up, and we need to talk to her.
Silence. He looks around the room. The old man in the corner nods. A very small nod. And a trickle of tobacco spit on his lip.
Yeah, I see it. There's one more thing I've been wondering about. Ever since you asked me where she is. Add it to your list of suspicions, if you want.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know where she went. She just got up and left. Got real scared, too. Wouldn't tell me where. However hard I asked. Want to know why?
What's up?
I was afraid I would tell you. Maybe she was right. By now, I probably would.
She knew there's evidence on her, and she knew we'd find it. This is typical suspect behavior, why fleeing is always incriminatory.
Perhaps. Ask her if you find her.
Okay.
It won't be easy, though. She made sure of that.
All right. When did she leave?
Friday afternoon, when you first arrived.
Okay.
I got word the RCM was in town. Then she came in to see me. Told me she was leaving. That's when we had our little conversation.
What was she scared of?
I told you. You.
As in the RCM?
No, you. As in the cop with the sideburns and the disco clothes.
Okay. I'm sorry. God, why does everything flee at the sight of my shadow?
Seems you have that effect. Especially on women.
Right. That's the second one now who's trying to flee you.
You know, when I first saw you limping here, I thought she was paranoid or sniffing her own supply. But now I'm not so sure.
What else did Ruby tell you about me?
She said you have a funny taste in clothes.
Oh, she probably knows him from his Jamrock beat.
Never. Not until the case is solved. And then the next case. And the next.
Won't stop.
Until you have something on her. She said she's
Okay, that's what I thought.
Jamrock. That you're a human can opener. That you play suspects against each other. Open them up. Like cans.
And then when they're all empty, just move on. Onto the next can. Don't look back unless there was something you missed.
Fucking hell. Titus, did he just...
Open Angus up like a can?
Yeah,
Yes, he did. Now,
a little bit.
we can whine about it. Whack him. Or we can go on with our lives. I'm having a go on with our lives kind of day, Al. How about you?
Silence. He nods.
Is that true, Kim? Am I a can opener?
You are insistent.
Anything else? Anything?
Yeah, there was something else. She wouldn't tell me, though. I could see she wanted to. It was burning on her lips. This called Titus, this called Pete. But she was too scared.
Scared? You should be too. A strange fear creeps over you. A metallic taste in your mouth. Change the subject.
Do you have any clues on where Ruby went?
She's not far. We know that much. She didn't take her lorry, so she's on foot.
Good fucking luck, man. She knows this place like the back of her hand. You'll never find her.
I feel like for the plot of the game to proceed, we will actually find her.
Yeah, Al. And we won't either.
She's not really a hardy candidate anymore, is she?
She's not, Glenn.
All right. Have you looked for her?
A little. On the coast.
Okay.
Have you looked for her? More precisely.
More precisely, on the coast, past the waterlog. She's not here, so I'm thinking she's there.
I mean, that's really our only other option.
Who's doing this looking? They're all here.
You're all here. Who's out looking?
Lizzie needed some air.
Ah. So she didn't go to tell Everard.
No one goes to tell Everard anything. He knows what he has to know. Fast.
That's fair.
It's called a radio, you believe. The gardener may have played you a game when she stormed out. She has her own plan.
Alright. Can you tell me on the coast where on the coast I should start looking?
Sure. There are some shit houses there. A cinder block town. The fisherfolk there refuse to unionize. So, that's one place we haven't looked.
Okay.
Here they have a shack where junkies sometimes crash. Time for you to step up.
We will start there. One more question. What does Ruby look like?
Boyish. Hair's red. Dyed. She looks like a Lowry man.
It's not much, but it'll do.
It'll have to.
You know what? I'll shake his hand.
His grip is firm and reassuring, like holding a piece of unpolished granite.
Alright. We'll bring up the buoy. I'm going to see if I want to harangue her for the other questions, but... No. Well, if he doesn't teleport to me, I'll get the door. No, he's good. Okay.
Officer, it's
But-
a fine day for questions.
Found your boy. It was empty. Just seawater.
Oh,
Did you take the documents?
no, of course not. As I said, it would have been too risky for me to use those documents anyway. My employer gave them to me. In truth, I should have destroyed them.
She doesn't seem to be lying. She's genuinely spooked by their disappearance.
I have the strange feeling it was an undiscovered cryptid that took your documents.
Cryptid? Of course. That must be it. Thank you. I feel better already. Now that
She thought it was funny.
You mentioned seawater. I was worried I'd been too careless with the latch. The documents were probably just washed away.
Okay, let's get back to those lies.
Yes, we demand she be punished for deceiving us. We demand her anxiety. We demand her fear.
I don't like that. Alright, well, ask him.
There may be grounds here, at least for an extended detention.
A little whimper. The young woman hears you. She's looking around.
What if I told you you're under arrest, Kasia?
Clausia.
She repeats with a pained smile on her face, her back pressed against the railing.
It was my first real boyfriend who gave me that name.
Oh, I did want to get this story.
He never recovered from the shit we went through. Because of me.
Who was he?
He was a writer. He made Oranís lit. And I destroyed him.
She looks you in the eye, her mouth quivering.
Shit. I know. But I haven't done anything. At least nothing illegal.
She purposefully misrepresented information crucial to the case. Fucking mind games. Enough. That's right, gang. Stern and merciless now.
You guys are assholes.
Merciless as we reel her in.
Okay. Alright. You misrepresented information about the case. Without the Hardy's confession, we know nothing.
Lieutenant produces a pair of handcuffs.
Can I tell him to no?
Please no.
But there's nowhere to go. A two-story drop to the Plaza Mosaic. If she could, she would have run before. Fragile, unshielded. Her voice is thin and tired.
I think I know who did it. Who shot Lely. I can tell you. I can help you.
Okay.
She knows something.
What do you know? Who shot him?
She's silent for a second, as if looking into herself for certainty. Then, in a hushed voice, she says, gearing up for this betrayal is hard for her.
Ruby.
Oh. They keep, stacking that. Alright, why do you think it was her?
She has this thing for me. Ever since I met her and the boys downstairs.
Oh.
She's been pretty frank about what she wants.
What she's saying is... sex.
What is that?
Sex.
There.
And more. I made the mistake of confiding in her. I told her I was
really piling this on Ruby.
She started protecting me. It became an unhealthy relationship. When I started spending time with Lely, she told me to end it. Said there would be shit if I didn't.
That's a bit
It
toxic.
was not a good meeting. We stopped talking after that, but
I feel like the fact that her name is Ruby is it might also be leaning into the red herring
I
thing.
don't understand. What exactly
It can't be that easy.
relationship made you think she is romantically interested in you?
And we still have a third place to check. I don't know what this island is they want me to check.
she said she's in love with me. She even asked me to run away with her when I told her I'm a fugitive. She started developing notions about our relationship.
And you led her on?
Lieutenant narrows his eyes.
A little. I was flattered, you know? But then I had to let her off, and it was not easy. I came to regret being friendly with her. We maybe kissed, nothing more.
I mean, it sounds like she was fixated on you.
This is just an assumption.
I know what it sounds like. That's why I didn't want to tell you before. But she knew what had happened when I came downstairs. Somehow, she knew Lely was dead. She wasn't surprised at all. When we came up here, she was calm as a stone, too. She cleaned it all up like she had a plan.
But I mean, that could all. She's running with criminals, so she could just have experience with the look someone has when they find someone dead.
This
So
is a familiar theory. You had it too, remember? Could it be that Ruby was covering up after herself? The lynching?
I mean, we'll follow the line of questioning, but alright. When Ruby said there would be shit happening if you didn't end your relationship with the deceased, was she threatening you?
She came over one night, drunk, said she'd turn my life into a living hell. I've been threatened before, so I can tell when someone knows how to do it. And she's a pro. She must be. To keep the Hardys in line. I tried severing ties with her after that. I thought it had worked, but
She looks through the window of her room.
Some of that fear is still with her. She exhales sharply. What are you talking about? She's afraid you'll arrest her.
Thanks, Trauma. And how could she have killed him?
you said there was a secret route there, right?
She points to the door that leads to the pinball workshop.
Could have come up through there, then taken this shot. Right here, where I stand. It was too dark outside. I wouldn't have seen her.
Then slipped back downstairs without anyone noticing.
This is supposed to lead you to the Ruby theory. You were supposed to do this interview before you talk to the Hardys,
Interesting
I
theory.
guess, but
Did she know that door exists?
it all comes together in the end.
With her?
Yes. She's been up here many times. She used to come to drink on the roof when,
The young woman falls silent. Her mouth moves without a sound.
The peephole.
You're thinking about the peephole, right? The perforation in the pinball workshop wall?
she would have seen us. My bed is right next to...
She's forgotten the her cigarette in the ashtray.
Trying to suggest she made it?
No. No. Why would she do that to herself? No, I just remembered you told me about it, and
She's not really sure. It was right above the bed. She could have seen all sorts of things from there.
Okay. That's it for Ruby.
Okay, and what? Arrest the liar now.
We're not going to.
She told us some pretty interesting things there. She's stuck here. She's already in prison. Look around. She's only trying to help you.
Who?
Her. Stop letting her distract you.
Okay. I'll keep you here, miss, for now. Oh, good. We called him off, too.
thank you. Thank you. You won't regret it.
I'm sorry we had to push that hard, but...
You will.
Okay.
She
We're good here.
slowly lights another cigarette and steadies her breath, as if in the presence of some tiger.
Alright, well, we got a lead on this Ruby. Oh, wait. Oh, I wanted the stairs. At one point queued and I don't know where to throw it. I mean, I feel like the boardwalk thing might be connected too if she's over by the fishing town. I didn't want the bow tie. What am I doing? Oh, shirt on. Yeah. I'm wearing that one normally anyway. Oh, we had the bow tie on for drama. I want the bolo tie. That's why it's there. Oh, I'm wearing the empathy glasses. Yeah, I recognize those at least. Okay. Looks good to me. The game will let me leave. Alright, save after all that. Oh, actually. Save when we get over to town. Why are we going this way? I do want to do a quick loop around here for, oh. So we'd have to do a loop up north, too, for posters, but, okay. I'll check near the sales guy for any. I'll dip over there real quick. Usually there's a yellow orb waiting for me. There is one nearby. It's just the same boxes, tree, nothing on the wall. Okay. Cool. So we'll ask around town about her. I don't know how much use the drunks would be, but they might have some info. Didn't check up here for posters either. Nothing over here. Okay. I feel like we could wrap up by finding Ruby and then make the final push on Friday. Which I've been saying for 3 hours now. Still have to cut up the episodes from last night, too. There's also the shack to check, too. Nothing in here. Another one down here. Yeah, I thought we'd get into that one. Hold up. I'm just crowded by the 4-story buildings around this yard. Okay. Nothing hanging out around it. Oh. Okay. Whole lot of nothing. Okay. Rip the cocaine skull dream. There's the burn. Okay, that one was burnt out too. Nothing else in here. Okay. Already searching for goodies. I'm wiggling the stick around to find anything that might highlight.
Aye, the sea's gonna calm down soon. I can feel it. The wind is turning southeast.
Alright, nothing going on there. Slight chance the kids might know.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
Have you seen a red-haired woman named Ruby around the coast?
Nay, I haven't seen anyone lately.
Because she's blind, which you seem to have forgotten.
Okay, but you know who I'm talking about.
This is my little cinder block town. I know what goes on around here.
She's being evasive. She knows something.
There was a murder in Martinez. She might be a suspect. We would appreciate your help.
Would you now? I know how this world works, and it doesn't work when people tell on each other.
This is like when that man locked himself in the woodshed. We just need to help her come out.
No, it's not like that, man. With him, we called you. Right now, you just arrived by yourself, like a raven plucking at the window glass.
Enough of this. She better start talking right now.
Alright. I see. You know something, but you've decided not to tell us.
There's not much to tell. People come and go. Now, was there something else?
I see, ma'am. I hope you don't mind if we look around anyway.
You should look around your shack. Maybe she's rented it out to others too.
Oh. I was not expecting that. The floorboards. It finally came too.
As you look at the floorboards in this corner of the shack, it's clear one of them isn't quite level with the others. The edge of a floorboard next to it looks scratched.
Yoink.
Hollow space underneath the floorboards is dark and damp. You can barely make out the mixture of sand and sawdust below.
What's in here?
Nothing particular catches your eye. Looks like more reeds. There might be something hidden inside the sand, though. Something bad. Someone's night thoughts. A last resort. A bad idea.
Alright, search through the sand and sawdust.
Stick your hand in and start combing through the sand. Dry, not like outside. Fine dust. And then, something hard wrapped in paper.
Gun?
A small cylindrical object.
Oh, no.
A bullet. A 9mm bullet, to be exact. Fit for all muzzle loaders of that caliber. Like your own Villiers pistol, for example.
But this bullet isn't for this bullet isn't for a breech loader like the murder weapon.
Floorboard isn't interested. Maybe the washerwoman is. You have enough to confront her with. It's extra ammunition. She's locked and loaded, ready to fight some cops. Holding the bullet, you get the feeling this isn't ammunition against you. It's for herself.
Gotta be pumped up the empathy. Okay. Can we have a little chat, ma'am?
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
Why was there a bullet under the floorboards of your shack?
Damn that girl.
She murmurs softly.
And without anger. A long and harsh life has taught her not to buckle under pressure.
But
The lieutenant turns to you and gives you a little nod, then turns to the washerwoman.
You didn't put it there, did you? She did.
Gone and hid things in there? She's usually a good tenant, and not a stupid one either.
You rented the room to her?
Yes, I let my room to that Ruby girl.
She speaks slowly, wringing out a rag. After a long silence, her hands move into the water bucket. Some water sloshes over the edge.
As I've done before when she's been in trouble or just looking for solitude. I've made it clear. We welcome all kinds of people here.
When was this?
She came last Friday, left on Monday in a hurry. What has she gotten herself into, that girl?
She seems genuinely worried about her previous tenant.
Alright.
She's seen her hiding out from trouble before. But this seems different.
That's for the police to find out. Right there. Please answer each question to the best of your ability. I'm sure we have a few.
You said she left on Monday.
Yes, early with the dogs, around 8 o'clock, I think.
She probably heard the Lieutenant's Kanema drive by, and it woke her up, just like it did you.
Kim, she must have heard your Kanema.
Yes. That is a downside of having a 130 kilowatt engine. It lets the bad guys know when you are coming.
Is the room exactly as she left it?
I cleaned it, like I always do.
Was there anything else in there?
No,
The truth, sire.
Alright. What is she like, Ruby?
she's good company. Knows how to talk to an old woman. At my age, you don't get a lot of quality conversation. So I really appreciate that about her.
Did she talk to you much during her last stay?
No, she was mostly silent this time. Kept to herself.
What do you mean?
She tried not to let it show, but I could tell she hadn't come to fish. Usually she likes to cast a few lines, but this time she mostly stayed in her room.
Why do you think she left the bullet there?
How would I know? She's a gruff one, but not violent. She doesn't go around toting a gun.
She looks back towards her shack, thinking.
You could ask her about your hunch, that it was a desperate measure. See if she thinks Ruby fits the bill.
I have a possible explanation in my mind.
Aye. Do tell.
The seagull flies overhead. Obviously a bad omen. It's an exit plan.
Exit from what?
The world.
The lieutenant stops writing for a moment. He looks at you, then at the old woman.
No, she's a fighter.
Okay.
Not a quitter. Like you sometimes get, son. She really believes that.
Okay. Or she was a heavy drinker with anger issues. You ever witnessed that kind of behavior? I don't know where I heard that, but okay.
Nothing of the sort. Sure, she was no stranger to the bottle. She fit in that way. But I only knew her to have a beer on the beach while watching the sunset.
I'm not gonna lie, that sounds pretty good.
She isn't what you call a drunk. Even offered me some from time to time. Said it was part of the communal life. But I never saw her lose control of herself the way some people do.
Where'd she go?
I don't know. Further up the coast. She tried to leave quietly, but the hinges on that door screeched like a cat in heat. Woke me up. I heard her rushing in those heavy boots, heading up north.
It's a peninsula. She might be trapped.
True.
You'll never find her, you know. She knows the coast like the back of her hand. You only just arrived.
I wouldn't worry about that, man. We are persistent.
This is a cool moment. It needs a cool thing to be said.
I'm not saying that. Further up the coast we go, then.
Are you sure you'd rather stay here? Get a nice cozy fire going in the heater? Seems like a better idea to me.
The failed electric mural. You feel like you should go look at it again.
Oh.
Step closer this time.
See you.
One thing, officer. If you do find her, please go easy on her.
She looks around. The air is getting colder.
She really means it. It's an honest plea.
She's a good girl. Whatever she's gotten herself mixed up in.
Can do. Alright. Well, I had a feeling there'd be more to that building, but I didn't know what. Since other people mentioned failed electric. Oh, hello.
Winter. Slow to let go of river
We
ship.
like good shivers.
Flex some more wet snow from above.
Look around you.
The snow falls lazily, making the beach sand paler still, mixing with the rust-colored sewage runoff. And to think, it seemed as though it were already spring.
How does it feel?
The melting snow seeps through your thin clothes. Grandmothers don't let their grandchildren out dressed so lightly in this weather. At least your hair is protected from getting wet and sticking together. You look around.
What's in the west?
More winding coastlines lined with abandoned buildings. Crumbling piers, salt water lapping at their dark piles. Grey and red forgotten city blocks. what remains of the pre-revolutionary effort to gentrify the coast.
And beyond that?
The waters turn black, coal city in the shadow of San Martin, a boom town. Back when coal extracted from countless shafts near the city was needed to power Revachol. No more. The coal was supplanted by petroleum from the ocean.
I was going to say, what replaced the coal trade?
Esperance. Everything crumbled. These days, only the weakest remain in the city. Their hopes of getting rich linger in the defunct shafts under their feet.
What's there?
Below the old mines, L'Océan Municipal, Revachol's underground cemetery.
Oh, they have catacombs.
Brave the underground passageways, trying to get to Le Royaume.
Le Royaume?
Where the Philippian kings were interred, with their doctors
and their
admirals. Mausoleums, burial chambers, leaf gold still remains on the double door of the morning.
That's where Kuna said he's going to go.
Yes, to peel the gold off with his fingernails.
Le Petit Rat.
Children under 14, they go underground looking for artifacts to sell to foreign museums and for fabled relics. Their parents let them. They go deeper.
Deeper?
After rubies, melchiorite, lapis lazuli, plundered from Safle and Seol during the time of the suzerain. In the burial chambers of the kings, Grand old Philip, Guillaume II, and even in the mausoleum of Philip the Opulent. 2 kilometers underground, in a winding shaft along whose walls mirrors have been placed, so that daylight may eternally fall upon the richest of all the kings. The mausoleum contains untold quantities of gold, and that special, purest of the pure magenta cocaine, favored by Revacholian royalty.
Of course.
Did someone say untold quantities of cocaine? Drop everything immediately and go looking for this whore.
Look, man, the skull cocaine would have been cool, but this is pushing it.
How can it be pure if it's magenta?
How could it be pure if it's magenta?
Snow falls, and there is no answer. Some things are not for mortals to know.
Wipe the snow from your shoulder.
Few Petira return from the shafts. Even fewer find what they're looking for. A small child steps out of the black tunnel with silver trinkets in her pockets. All around her, white snow on the extinguished coke furnaces and on the weather-worn shacks where fathers beat their sons after drinking.
Jesus.
The snow melts on your fingers, turning to water.
Alright, I hate to interrupt that, but we gotta run an ad break. This will be the last one. Guess we're probably gonna get through all this. I'll try and find Ruby and then call it there. Like I've been saying for the past several hours. Alright, we return. Tab back in. Got 3 more directions and Ruby. What's in the east?
The canal you crossed to get here and beyond it. Martinez proper. The district the police forgot to police. There is laughter, lights, attempts at entrepreneurial activity, cynicism. Someone is scraping snow off their windshield at the roundabout, in the midst of which a statue of Philip III serves as a destination for grade school field trips and a fine perch for winter birds.
That's all?
Like all monuments, it's also a warning. 6-story ruins on the south side of the roundabout cast a long shadow over the profligate king.
And further?
A fenced-off yard. There's a truck belonging to a logistics company parked next to the gate. You've heard about it. Bright light from a building behind the fence reflects off its hood. Clean white light coming from the windows of a clean cube-shaped office building hidden amidst ruins. A secret.
Okay, what's in the north?
An abandoned church that's being turned into a dance club. 4 youths are hard at work there, making it ever harder core.
And further north?
A serpentine strip of land weaving its way into the Martinez Inlet. Unfortunates on the run from the law, from themselves. Sometimes hide out on nearby islets. Little dots in the ocean that are occasionally submerged when the tide is high and the weather foul.
And on the islets?
The remains of a camp on a jagged piece of rock.
Wait, what?
Tent, old dishes and cutlery, long since abandoned. A hermit crab scuttles among the debris, looking for a new shell. Further out, the lights burn bright on Resurrection, way beyond Martinez, a popular spa destination for ample-bodied Ozon kids with equally ample pockets.
And on the other side of the inlet?
Then there's Ozon, but the snow falls too thick. You cannot see that far.
Before that, before the curtains are drawn.
The Bay of Revachol, vastness, great depth, over 1,200 meters at its deepest. Water, air brinier than here. It is crisscrossed by huge cargo ships bearing company logos, wild pines, Zam, Morian, and at the farthest reaches of the Bay of Revachol, the shadow of the Coalition warship Archer, on perpetual patrol duty, ready to unleash artillery fire if you were to rise up against the market.
That's fucked. Alright. What's in the south?
The raised motorway, 881, separating Martinez from Jamrock. Vehicles whoosh past one another day and night, while those who reside in the labyrinthine alleyways beneath the motorway attempt to carry on with their lives in the snow and the slush. And south of the 881 is the Pox.
The Pox?
Was once a park, a place for reflection and recuperation for the patients of the old military hospital. In the 20s, it was used as a quarantine center during a measles outbreak that killed many children.
Oof.
Everyone has avoided the hospital and surrounding park ever since.
Okay, fair enough.
The Pox is completely wild now. Evergreen thickets covered in snow and industrial...
So it's more, it's not like the disease is lingering, it's just bad associations.
The police try to keep the deepest corners cordoned off.
But still.
Heavy drug users do slip through and hole up in the old military hospital, hoping to find something to get high on among the hastily abandoned supplies, or just to overdose in peace.
Further south.
A line of motor garages with armored carapaces hunched in the cold. A mechanic is hard at work, patching up bullet holes in the side of a Capri 40. These are the garages of Precinct 41. Snow settles on the roof of the repurposed silk mill. It serves as your station.
Huh.
Shivering RCM personnel.
Trying to imagine what that would look like.
In and out of the main
Never seen a silk mill. Okay.
Around you, the snow continues to fall.
I mean, I feel like it would be a very factory environment, but... Alright. No, it was home. I want more.
The stairs descend to Central Jamrock. A man named Cooklove has a snow-covered stall there in the market across the bridge. He sells kebab infested with fly larvae to your colleagues who believe eating it will make them immune to food poisoning.
That's not how that works.
Snow falls on the utility district, the library, the florist, the Sarah Mauritian restaurant that offers homemade wine, and also on the brothels and drug dens and the chop shops of the Zemliaki. All of this built around a lake that forms.
Oh, this is Zemliaki with a criminal.
At the center of this lake
element, right?
There is a little ship. There are lights at the bottom of its hull. They are lights directed toward the seafloor, looking for something, like whiskers.
For what?
A chill comes over you, crawling down your...
Probably the meteorite.
The sand under your feet is wet. Somewhere in the south, tarpaulin flap in the wind.
Where's Ruby?
Near. Snow falls into dark water. She prays, though she doesn't believe. There is a hum in the air. That's all.
What's below me?
Layer upon layer of sand, poisoned with industrial runoff. The storm drainage, hidden bunkers. Rats scuttle.
Tell me a secret of the sands, Wind.
Someone stuffed a big old polar anorak into a concrete pipe under the boardwalk. It would keep you warm. You would probably never happen across it. But who knows?
Okay. Stop your feet for warmth, brushing off the snow.
We should keep moving. Who knows when the snow will let up?
It's not snowing, Ken. But that was cool. Alright, let's go look for that anorak. Because I think I saw the pipe earlier.